Other ideas of Maya and Brahman or illusion and reality to be food among the Greeks. R S Mead's response to this question published in the Vahan in 1896. The following quotation from Plutarch's Moralia gives a complete answer to the above question. Of course thousands of other passages could be adduced, but from one we can learn the nature of all. The quotation is from 28:20 of Plutarch's treatise, on the E at Delphi, and to save time I have employed C.W. King's translation, pages 190 to 193, in Bos' Classical Library, for we ourselves have in reality no part in existence, for all mortal nature being in a state between birth and dissolution, presents no more than an illusion, and a semblance, shapeless and unstable of itself, and if you will closely apply your thought, out of the wish to seize hold of the idea, just as the too strong grasping at water when it is pressed together and condensed, loses it, for it slips through your fingers, in the same way reason, in pursuing after the appearances, so extremely clear as they look, of each one of the conditions of life as they pass along, misses its aim, impinning on the one side against its coming into existence, on the other against its going out, without ever laying hold upon it as a permanent thing, or as being in reality a power. It is not possible, according to Heraclitus, to step into the same river twice, neither is it to lay hold of mortal life twice, in the same condition, but by reason of the suddenness and speed of its mutation, it disperses and again brings together, or, rather, neither again nor afterwards, but at one and the same time it subsists and it comes to an end, it approaches and it departs, therefore it never ripens that of it which is born into actual being, by reason that birth doth never cease, nor stand still, but transforms, and out of the seed makes the embryo, then the child, then the youth, young man, full-grown man, elderly man, old man, obliterating the former growths and ages by those growing up over them. But we ridiculously fear one death, although we have already died, and are still dying, so many, for not only, as Heraclitus says, when fire dies is the birth of air, and when air dies is the birth of water, but still more plainly may you see it from ourselves. The full-grown man perishes when the old man is produced, the youth had before perished into the full-grown man, and the child into the youth, and the infant into the child, and the yesterday has died into the today, and the today is dying into the tomorrow, and no one remains, nor is one, but we grow up many around one appearance and common model, whilst matter revolves around and slips away. Else how is it, if we remain the same, that we take pleasure in some things now, in different things before? We love contrary objects, we admire and find fault with them, we use other words, feel other passions, not having either appearance, figure, nor disposition the same as before. To be in different states, without a change, is not a possible thing, and he that is changed is not the same person, but if he is not the same, he does not exist this very thing, the change, he changes growing one different person out of another, but sense, through ignorance of reality, falsely pronounces that what appears exists. What, then, is really existing? The answer is, the eternal, unborn, undecaying, to which no length of time brings about a change, for time is a thing movable and making move, making its appearance conjointly will matter, leaking and not holding water, as it were, a vessel full of decay and growth, for is not the predicate after and before, future and past, of itself an acknowledgment of non-existence? For to say that what has not yet been, or what has ceased from being, is in being, how silly and absurd! For in this way especially do we apply the notion of time, and predicate the terms instant and present and now thus, in turn, reason distributes too much, dissolves and destroys. For it, time, is diverted, like a ray of light, into the future and the past, necessarily separated, when we attempt to see it. and if the nature that is measured is in the same condition as that which measures it, nothing is either stable or existing, but all things are either being born or perishing, according to their distribution with respect to time. Consequently, it is not allowable so much as to say of being that it was, or that it will be, for all these modes are tenses, transitions, and interchanges of the thing formed by nature, never to stand still in existence. But the God is, we must declare, and is with reference to no time, but with reference to the eternal, the immovable, timeless, and indeclinable, that which there is nothing before, nor after, nor more, nor past, nor older, nor younger, but he being one with the one now, hath filled up the ever, and that which really is, alone is with reference to him, neither born, nor about to be, nor growing, nor to have an end. In this way, therefore, ought we, when worshipping, to salute him, and to address him, or even, truly, as some of the ancients did, thou art one. For the deity is not several, as each one of us is, made up out of an infinite number of different things in conditions of existence, a motley assemblage of articles of all sorts and gleanings. But the one is single and pure, for the mixing of one thing with another constitutes pollution, as Homer somewhere calls ivory turned purple with a dye polluted, and dyers call the running together of colors being spoilt, and such mixture they term corruption. Hence to be one and always unmixed belongs to the immortal and the pure,